Hello everybody! AngelArts here. I hope all of you out there are having an awesome day. The reason why I am filming another video for all of you is because once again somebody has pointed out to me that I have hit 200 subscribers. Yays! Very exciting, very exciting. And as tradition, I thought it was high time that I created not only another shout-out video, but also an announcement video. Because there's actually a bunch of things that I wanted to inform you guys, and I thought, what better way to do it than as a yay for 200 subscribers announcement slash shout-out video. So I'll do the shout-outs at the end, but I wanted to start out. I've got this nice list here of things that I wanted to let you guys know about some of the things that are coming up for my channel. So hopefully there's at least one thing there that might be of interest for you. First and foremost, I wanted to talk about my next Let's Play. So I'm currently in the middle of my Dragon Age Origins LP, and I've been trying to decide what I'm going to LP next after that's complete. And I've kind of narrowed it down to 3 games, and I'm having some trouble deciding which of the 3 to play next. So I thought, in the spirit of Election Day, as of this recording, the 2012 presidential election just took place this past week. And I thought it would be fun if I asked you, the viewers out there, to vote on which of the 3 games I will be playing next. Keep in mind that I do plan on eventually LPing all 3 of these games, but the winner of this vote will be the one that I will play right after Dragon Age Origins, because the second and third place I might not necessarily get to them right after the first place, so this pretty much solidifies that I will be doing it first before the other 2. So just keep that in mind. And all 3 of them are going to be blind, which was very important to me because I personally, as I like to say, much prefer watching blind LPs because I like seeing people's natural reactions to things. And so whenever I can do a blind LP, I will definitely do them because I know a lot of you out there like them and enjoy them as well. So these are the 3 games that you have to choose from. Candidate number 1 is Deus Ex Human Revolution, which is the most recent Deus Ex game. Several people have recommended at least the most recent game to me, and told me that if they thought that I would enjoy it, because I'm very big on story and very big on character development. I'm not really sure how much of that is in Deus Ex, but people have been requesting it for me, and you know, I've become very curious about it, and so I thought I would throw that in as a possibility for my next LP. Candidate number 2 is Baldur's Gate: The Enhanced Edition. Believe it or not, I've never played any of the Baldur's Gate games. I don't know why that is. I don't know how that fell off of my radar. Because, like I said, I'm a big RPG fan. Maybe it's because I was playing more console RPGs than PC RPGs. So I never got into Baldur's Gate, but a lot of people have been telling me that I've been missing out, and have accused me of not being a true RPG fan if I have not played Baldur's Gate yet. So for those of you who have requested it, hopefully this will give you a chance to possibly see me do it soon if you vote for Baldur's Gate: The Enhanced Edition. And then the last candidate is a little different from some of the other LPs that I've played before, so this might come to a surprise to some of you. Candidate number 3, Resident Evil 6. I've been a big fan of the Resident Evil series, more so the earlier Resident Evils, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, The GameCube remakes, big fan of. Mostly because, at least in the earlier Resident Evils, they stressed a lot more, I think, on the story. Resident Evil 2 especially. Resident Evil 2 is the very first game that I played from the series, and I absolutely loved the... I loved how they designed the storyline, because you could play as Claire or you could play as Leon, go through their scenario, and then after you beat the game with them, you get to then play the other character that you didn't play, and you get to see what happened on their end, like parallel to what happened with the first character that you played with, Claire or Leon. And, you know, you would see them run into each other, and it just answered a lot of questions of, oh, so that's what the other person was doing when I was doing this other thing, which I thought was fantastic. And it was a unique storyline, going from Leon to Claire, as it was going from Claire to Leon. And I thought that was just the most ingenious thing, and was very disappointed that Resident Evil never really went back to doing that again after Resident Evil 2. I mean, Resident Evil 3 was okay, and then you got into 4 and 5, and 4 and 5 just felt... For me, it felt more like a... It felt more like a shooter, and not like a survival horror series. Like I enjoyed the earlier Resident Evils because you really had to make some survival decisions. For example, the simple matter of there not being very much ammunition. All you had was a gun, and you know, you didn't get that much ammo, so you had to decide, do I actually shoot this zombie, or do I try to avoid it and dodge it if I can? And the most recent Resident Evils lost that, and it's just, yeah, I'm just gonna mow down every zombie that I can get, and that's not really what appeals to me. So, but then I heard about Resident Evil 6, and I heard that in Resident Evil 6 they were trying to go back to their roots of the original early Resident Evil games, trying to make it a little bit more story-driven. There are 3 separate campaigns, and it's very similar, I've been told, to Resident Evil 2 in that you get to play as one and then play as another, and you get to see them, again, running into each other and then separating, and then run each other again and then separating. And, you know, because all of the campaigns happen in parallel, which I think is going to be a fun game for me to play, and I'm very excited for it too. So yeah, those are the 3 candidates. Again, they're Deus Ex, the most recent one, the third one, I think, third Deus Ex, Baldur's Gate, the Enhanced Edition, and Resident Evil 6. I think it's a fairly diverse set of choices. You've got a very recent game, you've got a decently recent game within the last year and a half, and you've got a old school game that's been remastered into a more recent game. So hopefully there's something in there that all of you would be curious to watch me play first. And no voting twice if you have 2 separate accounts. I'm looking at you, Huzzah for Timeline / EmoGuys11, and Lee Renderson / Leo Rascuro. So moving right along, I also wanted to talk about my other project, my other new project that I'm planning on putting out there. And I hope it's something that people will be excited about, because I'm always trying to come up with something unique and new in my videos. I think this is something that I've seen other people do before, but it happens very rarely, and I wanted to try doing it myself. Basically, I really would like to start LPing some of the more classic RPG games that I enjoyed when I was younger. Games like Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Maniac Mansion, things like that. And I was trying to think of ways to make them more accessible to some of the younger generation gamers out there who are quite used to the fantastic graphics and the voice acting of games that you see nowadays. And I thought it would be really fun to do a collaborative LP, which I would like to call a VA Let's Play. And by VA Let's Play, I mean I will be Let's Playing a game where the characters will be voice acted. So the game that I wanted to start with for this project is my favorite, most overlooked game for the Super Nintendo. Probably is actually my favorite, most overlooked game of all time, is Earthbound, which is, for those of you who've played Smash Brothers, is where Ness comes from. If you're not familiar with the game, Earthbound is has a huge cult classic following. It has a hilarious script, hilarious dialogue. And because of that, I thought that it would lend itself very well to voice acting. So, like I said, I wanted this to be a collaborative project. So I started contacting some of my fellow LP friends out there. I started scouring YouTube for aspiring voice actors. I also scoured the Voice Actors Alliance forums, looking to see if there were people who were interested in jumping aboard on this project. And I'm very happy to say that by the time of this recording, we have acquired 30 volunteers who are willing to help voice act the huge cast of characters in Earthbound, including some of the LPers out there that I got inspired into doing LPs in the first place, people like Togoth and Shali. Shali, in fact, is going to be voice acting the main female protagonist, Paula. So, for all of you Shali fans out there, hopefully that's something that you can get excited about. One of the features that I wanted to include in this project is original dialogue, especially in the form of party banter. So if you enjoy the party banter in Dragon Age Origins or Mass Effect, I'm getting together with some writers to help me create original dialogue for the main characters as they travel through their journey. And as they're traveling, they'll start bantering with each other, and which I think is going to be a very cute little feature, and will hopefully make the LP feel a little more realistic, a little more organic. There's also original music that I'm trying to compose / write for. There's a group of supporting characters that you see pop in and pop out of the game all the time, known as the Runaway Five, who are essentially based off of the Blues Brothers, and they have performances all throughout the game. So I thought it would be really neat to provide lyrics to their songs and actually have the voice actors sing, hopefully in 3-part, 4-part, 5-part harmony. We'll see. There's of their music, which I thought would be a very also cool, interesting feature as well. So what I'm really excited about most about this is the fact that it is a collaborative effort. It basically allows people from different backgrounds to come together, whether they're LPers, whether they are voice actors, fan dubbers, whether they're writers, whether they're music composers, a chance to come together and hopefully create something unique and new for the LP community that you guys will enjoy. So hopefully that's something that you guys might be interested in seeing and experiencing. So I wanted to say thank you to all of the participants so far, all of the volunteers to voice act for this project. That they include Lucky Jack 20, Shali, Snavilust, Dainty L5, Hypersonic 92, Chibi Kid, Johnings, Thera, Mooglefish, Mizura, Moonlip Reaper, Reclusiarch, Veldoril, Creatures Farley, Selves Eater Carson, Togoth, Dawnforge Cast, Jigsaw Productions 007, Frieza, Reki Wills, Galoof Black Mage, Wired Spartan, Hyper Squirrel, Any Problems 123, Slightly Amiss, Robert Thomas Hawk, Shudo Ranmaru, Mystic Ness, Bottles VA, Toga Blaze, Tainted Sibling, and Earthbound 15. Thank you guys so much for volunteering your time and talents towards this project, and I definitely look forward to working with you guys on it. So next announcement, I'm gonna have to give a quick shout out to Mr. David J. Watts, because he made a comment, and I actually am appreciative that he made this comment, that he's been enjoying my Dragon Age Origins, but it would be really cool if they were actually of higher resolution. And thanks to him, I started trying to upload, I don't know if you noticed, David, but I started trying to upload my future Dragon Age Origin LP episodes into a much higher resolution. I think it was 360 before, and now it's 720. And realized that rendering the movies just takes forever and a day on my system. So this weekend, I think, I am going to be upgrading my system. I have a friend who's helping me build a completely brand new computer, ridiculously powerful, like quad-core, up to the wazoo, ridiculously high-end capture cards and video cards and all that good stuff. And hopefully from that I will be able to start pumping out much better quality videos, and maybe bring out videos to you guys more often and faster. So you guys have Mr. David J. Watts to thank for that, and I have him to thank for that too, because he pretty much, you know, inceptioned into my head the idea to get a new computer, which I desperately needed to, because this one I've been working with is pretty much 7 years. It's 7 years old, and it's been a great computer, but now that I'm trying to do a lot more stuff with my channel, I think it's time for me to do a heavy-duty upgrade. So hopefully you guys will benefit greatly from that. Next up, people have been asking me about my extreme cuisine cooking videos. Don't worry, I am still planning on making more. It's just I can't make them too often because it takes a long time making those cooking videos, because you know you gotta set everything up properly with the camera and making sure you got all the angles right, and editing them afterwards takes a lot longer than editing my LPs. So I am planning on throwing out a new cooking video. Actually, I've already recorded it, and I plan on releasing that immediately after my Dragon Age Origins LP is complete within the next month, hopefully, or so. So if, for those of you who've seen my first video, if you thought that combining chocolate and bacon was kind of extreme, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you see the next episode. Okay, so that's it for my main announcements. Now I'd like to move on to my shoutouts. So this is mostly people that I wanted to recognize, people that I didn't give a shout out to in my previous shout out video for 100 subscribers, and as pretty much as a thank you to all of you out there. And if I don't mention your name in these shout outs, please, please, please don't feel that I don't appreciate your viewership. I appreciate everyone who comes to my channel and watches even one of my videos. It's just that these are mostly the people that I've been able to visually notice have been very active on my channel, mostly in the form of their comments or sending me personal messages. And you know, obviously it's just easier for me to recognize the people that I can actually see have been participating in my channel in that way. So please, please, please don't feel pressured into all of a sudden starting to comment on my videos if I don't mention your name, because I do appreciate you. And you know, there are plenty of viewers out there who don't comment, and that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly fine. So let's go on with the shout outs. The very first person that I absolutely need to give a shout out to is Selves, did I pronounce it correctly this time, Carson? Selves Leader Carson. He has quickly become one of my best LP friends in the last couple of months. He reached out to me, and we started doing some co-LPs together of Amnesia, and he's just a really great guy, really good person, very energetic and entertaining, just an entertaining personality in general. So I definitely recommend that you check out his channel, because I think he's very, very enjoyable to watch. So Carson, thank you again for everything, buddy, and I look forward to continue working with you. The next person I wanted to give a shout out to is TheHaHaStudio. This guy has his own talk show, essentially, on his channel. He basically takes mostly up-and-coming LPers and does a 20 to 30 minute interview with them as a way to promote them, which I think is fantastic. I think that a lot of people have been greatly helped by him because he has given them exposure. He has given people a chance to see what they do and to see some of the stuff that they enjoy. And I think it's a great service. The TheHaHaStudio also took some time to interview me as well, so I'll be sure to put a link to that down below in case you want to check it out. And it also would be your pretty much only opportunity to ever see me in a Pikachu costume. Wait, what? Laugh is what he goes by. Laugh, thank you very much. I really appreciate everything that you do. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great, and I wish you the best of luck in continuing to pursue your dreams, because this is part of what you want to do as a career in when you get older. So more power to you. I think you're doing exactly what you need to do in order to follow your dream and reach all of your goals. Okay. The next person that I absolutely wanted to give a shout out to is Kathleen MS, I think is her channel's name. I started watching Kathleen very recently, and she has a phenomenal channel. I greatly enjoy people who take the time to sit down and discuss things about video games, because there's a lot of really deep things that you can talk about when it comes to games. And Kathleen has a huge array of videos already out there, mostly of BioWare games. She's a big Mass Effect fan, of things that I thought are very, very thought-provoking and just interesting stuff to ponder over. And she's very similar to another LPer that I enjoy watching, GamerMD83. So for those of you who know GamerMD83, Kathleen is a lot like her, has a very similar style, and she's, I just think she's brilliant. So Kathleen, again, I'm a big fan. Just wanted to let you know that I support everything that you're doing, and I hope that people will continue to enjoy your work as well. I just have a very special place in my heart for female gamers because they're so rare. I think that there were a far rarer breed 10 or 20 years ago, and I'm very happy to see that the female to male ratio of gamers has been increasing steadily over the last several years, and hopefully it'll end up being more 50-50, as close to 50 as possible as the years progress. But I just love female gamers and female LPers because I guess maybe this plays more in a stereotype, but they tend to, based on my experience, they tend to care a lot more about story, and they tend to be more interested in analyzing video games and the plot of video games and the characters of video games more. And Kathleen does a great job with that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend checking out her channel. In fact, one of her more recent videos is an analysis on Legion from Mass Effect 3 and whether or not Legion or other Geth have a soul. And DC Douglas, the voice actor who voice acted for Legion in the game, even posted a link to her video on her analysis of Legion and whether Legion has a soul, which I think is fantastic. So congratulations, Kathleen, for that as well, because I think that's amazing right there, and just goes to show how good the quality of your work is. I would also like to give a very special shout out to Lucky Jack 20. He is one of my fellow LP friends who is heavily involved in my big Let's VA Earthbound project. So Lucky Jack, thank you so much for helping me out with this. I really appreciate your reliability, your dependability, your enthusiasm towards this project. I definitely look forward to working with you on this throughout the duration of the project. And he's also going to be voice acting the main protagonist, Ness. Also related to the VA Let's Play Earthbound is Johnings, who actually happens to be a personal friend of mine. Johnings is an aspiring voice actor. He is phenomenal. I'm going to be sure to check him out on his link below because he does exceptional work. His demo reels is just very, very entertaining to listen to. He's also started doing some animations and voice acting those animations as well. So definitely check him out. He's a great guy. I've known him for over 10 years now. John, I love you. And again, thank you very much for being a part of this, this big project. Okay, so moving down the list, Donna Kincaid. Donna Kincaid has been so sweet to me, and she's sent me a number of personal messages just trying to say hi and just wishing me a very good weekend, a very good day, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate that, Donna. Thank you so much for caring about me and my well-being, and I really appreciate all of the messages that you've been sending me because they're very sweet. RK Craig 348, I wanted to give a shout out to because in one of my Mass Effect 3 videos, part 40 of my Mass Effect 3, at the beginning of that video, I was talking about finding out about my friend who had been diagnosed with brain cancer, and I kind of spent about the first 3 or 5 minutes of that video talking about what was going through my head when I had discovered this. And RK Craig 348 was pretty much the only person who actually went out of his way to send his condolences, to express how sorry he was and how supportive he was trying to be of me for my friend and what he was going through. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to do that. It really made me feel great to know that you cared. And you know, something as simple as that, I just wanted to make sure you knew how much I appreciated it. So thank you, RK Craig 348. RealChill is another very active viewer who's commented a lot on my Mass Effect 3 LPs. He actually has commented on all of my LPs pretty much. Mass Effect 3, Jade Empire, Dragon Age, The Walking Dead. So RealChill, thank you so much for being as active as you are in watching all of my videos. I don't expect everyone that subscribed to me to follow every single one of my LPs, because I personally myself don't always have the time to follow every single LP of the people that I subscribe to and even the people that I'm friends with. But yeah, I just wanted to give my appreciation to RealChill out there for being so active on so far everything that I've done so far. Thank you. Sir Maris, I think is how you pronounce it, as well as Warden Darling Clement and Loot This, Loot That, all have been very active with my Jade Empire LP. Warden Darling Clement in particular made a point to comment in pretty much every single one of my Jade Empire videos. You guys don't have to do that, but thank you very much for trying to for giving me your thoughts of every single video I've done for that series, so I appreciate that, Warden Darling Clement. And Loot This, Loot That also especially enjoyed the fact and appreciated that I don't skip the dialogue as I'm playing through the game, which is pretty much my playstyle. For those of you who have known me for quite some time, I try to be as thorough as I can, story-wise, with my LP, and so of course I love listening to dialogue, even though they can get very lengthy. Dorian Dawes and Dragon Lord 14916, as well as Heroic Hylian Link, all have been very active in my Dragon Age LP with their comments, so thank you guys for that. I appreciate hearing from you. Minaku220 also is enjoying my Dragon Age Origins, and mentioned that she thought I was adorable, so thank you. I thank you for saying that. That's very kind of you to say. Horogoth, again, very extremely. Horogoth was very active with my Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age Origins LP in terms of comments. Hudathan and Dark Nico 666 also are very active with Mass Effect 3 and Holonet as well. And Holonet made a comment about how he or she thought that Clive Shepard was very hot, which I appreciate, because I was trying to make Clive Shepard as good-looking as possible. So thank you very much, Holonet. Elite Spaniard, want to give a shout-out for being a big James Vega fan, because I really like James as well. I wish he was a romance option. Maybe one of these days someone will make a mod for it, but yeah, I like James Vega too, so Elite Spaniard and I are in that same boat. I wanted to give a special shout out to Blue Duck 1982. I actually gave a shout out to Blue Duck 1982 before, but I wanted to mention him again because he was the very first person who reached out to me and asked if I wanted to play some multiplayer with him, play some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, even though I am not really that great at Mass Effect 3 multiplayer game, but I was very flattered and touched that he actually wanted to play with me. So we did. We spent an afternoon, and I had a great time. And yeah, definitely Blue Duck 1982. We totally need to do that again. As busy as I am, hopefully we'll be able to find some time because I really enjoyed it with you. Nyonema. Okay, I need to give a shout out for Nyonema because Nyonema gave me 100 golden star stickers and a free candy for suffering through my Let's Play of Slender. Yeah. Oh yes, my Slender LP, or lack thereof. Thank you so much for those stickers and the candy. I definitely feel like I deserve them after going through so much misery playing the darn game. And you also have Seb Diesel, as I said, the Seb Diesel. I'll give a shout out for him because it was, or her, I think it's a him. But you have Seb Diesel to thank for convincing me to do the Slender playthrough in the first place. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Fatal Frame Alchemist has been, as well as Pseudo Potpourri 21 and Regimo, very active in my Walking Dead LP. Aeschylus, Shepard, and Kalendor Cray I wanted to give a shout out to because they both said they really liked the sound of my voice. Thank you, because as I've said a number of times, I never really cared for the sound of my voice personally, but I appreciate that you guys like it, so thank you. We're getting down to the bottom of the list here. Frauster has also been watching a lot of my my Walking Dead Let's Play. He appreciated my Maker's Breath comment during the first episode of my LP because I had Dragon Age in my head since I was in the middle of my Dragon Age Origins playthrough. So thank you, Frauster, for subscribing. And last but not least, Peanut Vlogs. She's so sweet. She's a recent subscriber of mine. She is a big fan of Ben, just like I am. I am proudly in the minority of Ben fans for the Walking Dead LP, as well as Legion Normandy. Legion Normandy also, I think, is a Ben fan, or at least has been defending Ben throughout my LP. So I don't know what's in store for Ben in episode 5, but we'll see. I kind of hope he survives, and more than that, I mean, more importantly than surviving, I hope that Ben has a chance to redeem himself by the end of the series. But we'll see. Keep my fingers crossed. So that's basically it. If you manage to get through this entire video, if I can give you like an achievement or a trophy for it, I would. So thank you very much for watching my announcements / shoutouts video. And I definitely look forward to more. I definitely look forward to having more fun with you guys through my videos in the future. Till then, love yourselves and love each other.